I'm pretty excited, guys. I finally did something right. The first business account that I applied for, it worked. Relay. Probably one of the first things I did was go get the business insurance just in case they would have a problem with my business address. I would have the insurance to back me up. But Relay didn't even ask for it because I think they went right to the Secretary of State website and saw that everything matched. They didn't even need me to upload my documents. I didn't even upload my documents. I simply typed in my tax ID number, my social security number. I did put in the business address. I put in my home address. They verified. They didn't even want my uploaded versions of my ID. They didn't even ask for that. They wanted me to, they used a camera phone and my cell phone. So, word of advice, when you go to put the number in, I know you want to put your actual business number, which is usually VoIP, or even if it's a landline, don't put that number in. Put your actual cell phone or business cell phone number in, because they're going to make you verify a lot based on your phone. They let me upload my picture and ID right with the cell phone's camera. And then I had to verify a actual video of myself where I had to go real close to the camera like this. You know, this especially helps if you're dark skinned. You be in a well-lit area. I'm dark skinned, so I was in a well-lit area and they could see my face clearly. And they could see my ID clearly because it was well lit. So that worked out. What else? I think that was it. It really was pretty streamlined. They didn't ask for too much. You're gonna, to add money, it links with Plaid. So I was able to link my personal Chase account to my Relay business account. And Relay is a fintech, but it is backed by a real bank, so secure and all that good stuff. Probably one of the best, in my opinion, on the business side for fintechs. I mean, there's a lot of fintechs out there on the personal side, but business-wise, Relay, I would probably say, is probably, if not one of the best, the best. I'll tell you why. Relay, once you start making some real money, I would say real money is at least $5,000 or more every single month. They're gonna report to all the business credit bureaus, and not a lot of fintechs do that. I mean, all of them. You don't have to do anything. It's gonna report to every single one of them. That helps once you get bigger. Once you're small, the thing I like about them, they don't require a lot of money. So there's no minimum amount to open the account. You can open an account for $25. I literally just opened it with $100 from my personal account. You automatically have a business checking and business saving, but you can open up different accounts. One thing I like about them, you can have, I think, endless amount of virtual cards. So I have a virtual card. You have one virtual card already, and you have one physical card they're going to mail to you. I like that. It keeps things secure. To have something virtual when you're buying stuff online, particularly, because anything goes wrong or some fraud happens, you could lock that one up or freeze it. I love that. And I was thinking I was going to have to use the business insurance because I thought they were going to have a problem with my business address, but went right through. They verified my physical face and my ID. That's all they really needed. I think what they're really targeting, where people are saying they're getting stricter, is in the past they've done a lot of international business with U.S. partners. So like a lot of foreign people doing business with people over here and moving money around, and it looks like something shady going on. I think that was the problem. But if you're in your state, doing business in your state, I think you're not going to have any problems, provided you don't have a P.O. box for your business address. I think you're going to be fine, and all your documents match. All my documents from the Secretary of State match the business address. The only thing that I did, and everything matches on my home address as far as the ID and stuff like that. So that helps. I think the problem happens when you start doing these holding companies where, the business address is in Wyoming and you live in Texas. I think that's where they're going to be a little bit more stricter. But if you're doing business in your state, your business address is in your state, your home address is in your state, I don't think you have any problem with Relay. Like I said, it went right through. As long as your phone is clear and works. And I was actually surprised of how easy it was. I didn't even get an email or a text saying your account's open either. I just went to check back in. So you might not even get an email saying your account's open. I think you might get an email something's wrong and they got to verify something else. But I didn't even get an email saying the account was open. I just went back and logged back into it and it was open. And I went to Plaid and moved my money, and I'm like, okay, wow. So I'm up and ready. Relay, my business account. I immediately start going to the grant websites. I got 2 grant website sources. Check the links below for one. And immediately start building out my platform and preparing to submit my business account so that I can get paid. And I'm going to go wide open on the affiliate marketing on the business side, obviously. I'm looking for some products now that I could resell and send the money directly to my business account. I'm probably going to have to set up a new Stripe account just for my my new business account. I had a Stripe for my old business account, the one I have in Navy Federal, but I can't use that one. And then I may try to, one last time in my life, to get a Cash App. Less and less people are using Cash App, but I might get one just because it's so common, and make that a business account and then use the Cash App occasionally. I might get that gym app that I'm so seeing around. The only thing Relay doesn't do, they don't do Zelle. And I can't get any international wires from people because they got that locked. They do give you caps on how much money you could deposit, but it's a decent amount. I think it's cash wise, I think I can only do like if I was to cash like ACH to myself, I think I'm only allowed to do like $5,000, but you're allowed to get endless payments in. Well, it's not endless, but they got a large amount you can get the people paying you directly into your account. So it does link up with Intuit, so you could track all your stuff. So I might get a separate Intuit for that. Still working on my personal credit. I think the last time I checked, I wasn't at 720 yet. I think it was like 718, somewhere around there. 715, you know. So I'm definitely gonna pull the trigger. I got 2 more cards, personal cards, that I want to pay off completely. That should, you know, send my score higher. And then I think I could believe I could start doing the funding process, you know. I'm afraid to go to doing the credit stacking because they go too crazy at one time, and I'm not sure I want to do that. The most I probably want to really gain is probably 150K on my own. And then, like I told you, some of that is going to go to building a much bigger company that I'm probably going to have to personally guarantee that one as well for the C Corp. That's when I start looking for a business location. Even if I got to invest in one, that's when I start looking for a business location. That's one thing I want to do. I was looking for a house, but I could look for a mixed property where you have like a storefront / apartment on top or nearby or next door. That didn't dawn on me, but I could look into doing something like that. That would be beneficial. So I'm looking at doing something like that so I can get both, you know, what do you call it, 2 birds with 1 stone. But I'm really excited I got my business account. I'm not going to open any more accounts right now. I was thinking about doing a credit union. I still might do that, but I'm going to wait till I make some money first. I want to make a little bit of money, a couple grand. Do that. I might apply for a line of credit on the personal side one last time just to pay down my debt, and then put a little bit more money, just let it sit in the bank account, and not a lot, maybe a couple grand, and then I can rest easy right out the rest of the year. Just put money in my accounts, applying for more funding, and the video content is going to be amazing because for some reason, once people start seeing the credit lines, that's when the views come. Unfortunately, people don't really care about the business talk. They want to see the lines of credit. They want to see the grants. They want to see the line of credit. So every time I get a grant or a line of credit, it's bound to be, you know, it might not go viral, but I'm bound to get, you know, a few thousand views on the videos. So, not even talking about the short form. The short form might go crazy. I'm talking about just a few long form that I put up. So I'm looking forward to seeing my content views go up. Start a membership that I can get everybody to join. It's going to be really affordable. Probably going to be for the community, where we can get in the community, we can talk about funding, we can talk about credit, you know. I'm thinking only $9.97, so it'll be like a $10 community. The goal is to get more people to do the yearly. If they pay 1 year, I might throw in something extra, like they can get on a phone call with me, something like that. I might do that because not a lot of people are gonna pay that, but a few might, just to get me on the phone. I've done that in the past with PayPal and it worked. A problem is people don't follow instructions. So I gotta find a way or a tool to process that. I'm sure there's a lot out there. I haven't tried them all yet. You know, they got these calendar type pages that, you know, can help you out with that. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for my physical card to come in my mail, my actual business address. I go pick it up, and then I might slowly put money in that account, but I don't want to go crazy because I'm waiting until when I get, you know, funded somehow, either a loan, business loan, or a personal line of credit, and I'll move some money in there. But I like the setup that Relay got right now. I think I'm going to be happy with using Relay as my first business account. If things go well, I'll probably just get a credit union and just be happy with just the credit union and this account for this business. The key is to earn the money, or raise the money, I should say. Really, all I got to do is raise the money. Raise the money to go on to the next level. You know, I'm not doing the Derek Whitehead thing. I'm not doing the Derek Whitehead thing where he's going to reverse. He's making you borrow a bunch of money, set up a shelf corp, a C corp. I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm doing it where I literally all you need is an LLC. Fund your LLC. That will give you enough money to do the format, kind of like what he's doing with the C corp. That company could be completely separate. Doesn't have to be tied to this company, but this company will be funding a portion of that one to get it up and running. I will personally guarantee, if needed, major funding with the C corp, because I can go to any bank and not have any problems. I can go to Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, probably all three, and just go wide open on the borrowing. At that point, I might do credit stacking. At that point, because my score might be in the 800s at this point on the personal side. If I do this right, I'm in the 7s now, so I'm not far. But I got 2 negatives that I got to clear up still. Just removing those negatives and adding maybe another 5,000 line of credit, I should be good. I should be maybe not the high 8s, but 780 even. 780 to 8. I'm golden. I could pull the trigger, go wide open on the funding on the C Corp side. Still keep this agency going. This agency is going to be the marketing arm, regardless. But at this point, or at that point, I might just convert this LLC, being taxed as an LLC, to a C Corp. I mean, not a C Corp, S Corp. I might make the LLC a S Corp. The new company is going to be the C Corp. I might keep them separate. You know, might keep them completely separate. And have 1 or 2 vehicles, maybe up to 3, maybe 4 or 5 vehicles under the LLC, not the C Corp, because I want to protect the C Corp, because that's going to be where the major money is. So I might have a few vehicles over here on this side, on the LLC side. But your days are numbered if you're doing just Uber driving full time. That's why the transition is happening. That's why I'm moving towards a business that's going to be easier, mainly online. I still may drive part-time. I'm not saying I won't, but I want to get into a business model where I could possibly buy a couple cars, rent those out, and that could also bring in money to my business. That could be another $300-400 a day to my business. Really, if you get to the point where you make $300 to $400 a day going in your business account, you made it. Because just from that act, you'll be able to constantly go back and borrow money. If you're not going too far in debt, like for every line of credit, I'm not going to spend all of it, even if it's at 0%. Like if I get a card with 20,000 line of credit, I might only use 5,000 of it. And just purchase a car. Because people think you can't purchase a car with credit. And there's a lot of places that you can buy a car with a credit card that will let you do it. Especially the smaller places. They'll let you buy it straight out with the credit card. Some want cash, but I guarantee you'll be able to find one or two. You could buy a car for up to, I would say $5 grand. And then a line of credit. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to go after lines of credit because then I could just write a check. So if my line of credit is, say, $20,000, I might just write a check for that vehicle, buy it outright, rent that. Like I said, I only need 3 cars a day. Rent it out. That's $300 a day. That would be enough to fund my business where I could just keep rotating the money and just keep it going and building the bigger company and still keeping this one active, And then there's the question of my old holding company. I can consider that a shelf corp, go back, fix the problems with that, pay off any outstanding taxes that I might owe, and this one I'm going to keep in good standing, this LLC, because this is going to be my bread and butter to raising money, raising lines of credit now. The C Corp is going to raise, hopefully, unlimited amount of money, meaning we'll just keep going for more rounds and more rounds. And this LLC, I could get a lot of gas cards I'm going to be going after. Try to, like I said, get 1 or 2 lines of credit of spendable cash that I can use when I need it for emergencies or whatever might come up. But the credit card should take care of most things. Car repairs, gas, day-to-day gas. I might put on one card, stuff like that. So that it doesn't get out of hand with the spending. And then keep Relay as my primary account to pay these bills, pay the cards, whatever I got to pay. And I can even use a virtual card to do that. That's what's great. I can use a virtual card to pay down debt. Anything that I buy or pay online, I can use the virtual card. That should protect my account. Only use the physical card when absolutely necessary. But like I said, I'm excited. I dragged this process out. I could have done this in a month. I literally dragged this process out from start to finish for 4 months. Don't be me. Get all this done in a month if you can. Don't drag it out. And I hope to have more tips for you. I'm going to keep posting about the process, the family LLC, or I might call it something else. I'm going to keep you updated about the memberships you guys can join. It's not going to be expensive. It's not going to be expensive. But it is going to, why is it going to be different from my other stuff? It's because I'm showing you proven strategies that I'm using now. And a lot of this stuff that I did with the relay, I went to Google Gemini and asked it questions. Google Gemini actually made me feel better about the entire process. It answered all my questions. It made me feel more comfortable about the process, what I might need, what documents relay might ask for. But it was going off old information because it was actually more streamlined than what Gemini had told me. But it's good to be prepared. It had me prepared. It had me with the insurance, and I have like, I don't know how, but I got like $2 million worth of business insurance for like $30 a month. You know, I'm probably gonna have a referral for that. I'm probably gonna sign up to get a referral for Relay so I can refer to you guys. So keep checking the links below. Go back and watch the video again. Check the links below later if you have to. I'm ecstatic that only took one account. I thought I was gonna have to go through like 1, 2, 3, maybe before I got it right with the address situation. But I'm good. And Gemini told me to keep the insurance because just having the insurance looks good because it could help me get a loan later. I like that. Just having business insurance makes you look good. So they might give you a loan, not based on $2 million, but they might, maybe give you $50,000. With my good credit and the insurance, you know what I'm talking about? So, and I'm not gonna rule out credit stacking, and I'll tell you why. I know I said in another video I'm not gonna. And I said in this video I'm not gonna, but I might, because if I do credit stacking, they'll get me there quicker. They'll get me like quickly because my credit will be good. So they literally could just enter my account. I have everything ready to be funded and everything. So they might be able to get me funded quickly and even get me a loan possibly to pay them. So I will owe some money because I have to pay 20% to the company. That's kind of like why I don't want to use a company for credit stacking. I might not go that route. Let me know what you guys think below. Should I just go ahead and apply what I know and go to the companies that I know and leave the credit stacking alone? Because again, remember, I don't need to go crazy. I don't even need 250K right now. I'm going for 150K. Hopefully only like 3 inquiries I'll use. And then in another 6 months, or not another 6 months, but probably first of next year, I should have the C Corp physically, like a brick and mortar location. I will be happy. And have at least one other car other than myself making money on a daily basis. I will be happy. Because $200 a day, it's not quite $3. I want to get to $300 a day before I feel comfortable enough where I could just live my life and just focus on funding. I also got to worry that one of my roommates is leaving. At that point, I will be leaving because I will not live with the roommate that I don't like alone. So, but again, credit resolves that. I'll have down payment to move somewhere else. I mean, I really even shouldn't be concerned about that. Credit makes everything better. I'm telling you guys, getting your personal credit right, it makes everything easier, better. You got less stress. All my life, I was looking for apartments with bad credit and wondering why these people are looking at me funny. And I'm thinking they're just looking at me funny because I'm black. You know, they're looking at me because I'm below a 500 credit score. You know, that's why they're looking at me. I wasn't below 500, but I was below 600. I think I was like 580 when I went to apply for my last apartment. And thank God there's always somebody with me that has at least 600 or above credit score. But now, thing of the past, if you live long enough, you could fix your credit over and over. Now, just in case you're wondering, how could you have started a business in the past, you had a brick and mortar location in the past, and you still screwed up your credit? A lot of times, when you don't have the right discipline and knowledge, you destroy your personal credit. Now, with everything that's happened and how I handled my business credit the last time, I'm going in with like new eyes open, and I've learned a lot on money management. So I think I'm in a better position going into this summer than I've probably ever been in my life at 55 years old. You know, knock on wood. And I don't want to see, you know, people younger than me wait that long. I'm hoping you get there in your 30s or even in your 20s. You know, my daughter was there in her 20s, credit-wise, but she's not a risk taker. If she only knew that she could just apply her personal credit, her and her husband, and build a family LLC, and it'll be bigger than mine because you got two people with good credit. But I'm the risk taker in the family, so I got to show them the way, basically. But thank you guys for listening to me rant. I hope this inspires you to go out and set your own business up, your own LLC. We're still going to talk a lot about marketing on the channel, so just be waiting for that. And I'm geared up. Let's go. I'll be letting you guys know about when the membership starts. When the membership starts. But check the links below every long form video. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Thank you.